This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about associations, and we have discussed what exactly the relationships and why should we go for associations among the various subjects, and what is the need of mapping the associations between the two objects, and why can't we store the data within a single object. If I'm storing the whole data of a business within a single object, what kind of problems will get arised, and how to solve those problems with the help of associations. And upon mapping the associations, what kind of steps that we used to follow, and how to implement the associations, and what relationship data types Salesforce offers, we have discussed. And then what are the various features that we are going to discuss as part of this relationship topic, we have discussed in the previous session. Now today we'll see the lookup association. So what exactly the lookup association, and how can we map the lookup associations among the two objects, and what kind of behavior lookup association offers. Okay, we'll see one by one. So in the previous session, we have discussed upon mapping the associations, Salesforce has given 4 relationship data types. We have 4 relationship data types available in Salesforce, which we can use upon creating a relationship field inside the child object to map the relationship with the respective parent. Now, so as part of these relationship data types, the first one, lookup relationship. Second one, master detail relationship. Third one, external lookup relationship. Fourth one, hierarchical relationship. These are the 4 relationship data types that we have in Salesforce. First, we'll see lookup relationship and how to map, what kind of functionalities that it offers. We'll see one by one. Okay, now I will explain each and every point clearly. I will be giving the notes also for every point here, and then do the practice in the same manner, okay, so that you can understand very easily. If you know the lookup association perfectly, remaining associations will be very simple, straightforward. Okay, now, so let's take a small use case. I'm going to my Salesforce arc. So in my arc, I have 2 objects. There are 2 objects are available inside my arc. Both are custom, which we have created in the past. Like for example, I have this hiring manager object, which is my custom object. Second one, position object. This is also custom. So both are custom objects. Now tell me here, between these 2 objects, do we have any relation? How can we check generally? I
Yes,
have
yeah.
2
For
objects
every
with
person, there will
me.
be hiring
Okay?
manager.
I have 2 objects are available with me here, object 1, object 2. Whether these 2 objects are independent or related. How can we check it out? What is the best way to check whether these objects are independent or associated? Schema builder, straightforward. Just you can use that schema builder tool, place both the objects on the canvas. Whenever I'm placing both the objects on the canvas, so now the schema builder will represent whether these two objects are related or independent. If these are related, which one is parent, which one is child, what kind of relationship that we have mapped, everything it will list out clearly. We can see those options pictorially also. Now let me go to my schema builder. I'm going to the setup menu. Click on Object Manager tab. Click on Schema Builder. Now, I have this hiring manager object with me. Along with this hiring manager object, I want to represent position object also. So this is the object. So now tell me these two objects are independent or related now? Independent. Do we have any connector between these two objects? There is a link. Do we have anything? No. We don't have any link between these two objects. Both are completely independent. We don't have any relation between these two objects. Hiring manager is having its own records. Position object is having its own records. But we don't have any relation. Okay? Now. So now let's see here. Let me go with these two objects. Position object. In this position object, I'm having a position record which we have created in the past, that is Java technical lead. So this is the position record which we have created. So these are the details of my position record. So these are the details of my position record. Now let me go to hiring manager object. Do we have any records over here? No. Now let me create some records inside my hiring manager object. Click on new button. I'm giving the hiring manager name. That means HR person name. Like for example, I'm indicating as some Sridhar Kumar. I'm giving the location as some Hyderabad. Designation some recruitment specialist. Qualification I'm giving as MBA. Current CTC some 14 lakhs. Contact number I'm giving some value. Email ID I'm indicating as Sridhar@some gmail.com. So this is the first HR person record. Click on save. Now a HR record has been created. Let me create few more HR people's data inside my object. Click on new. I'm giving this recruiter name as some Aman Verma. He's from Mumbai. Designation some HR manager. Qualification some BTech. Current CTC some 18 lakhs. Contact number I'm giving some value. Email ID some aman@some gmail.com. I'm creating some more. So click on save and new button. Now I want to create one more record. Some Abhishek Tiwari. He's from Delhi. Designation some HR, senior HR executive. Qualification some BTech. Current CTC some 12 lakhs. Contact number I'm giving some value. Email ID some Abhishek@some gmail.com. I'm creating one more. Swati. She's from Hyderabad location. Designation as HR executive and the qualification some MSc. Current CTC some 10 lakhs. Contact number I'm giving some value. Email ID swati.p@some gmail.com. I'm having few more HR records. Like as I'm indicating some Vijay Kumar. He's from Bangalore. Designation some recruitment specialist and the qualification as some BTech. Current CTC is some 12 lakhs. I'm giving the contact number, email ID, some vijay@some gmail.com. Now, I'm indicating that some Arun Kumar, he is from Chennai location. Designation recruitment specialist and the qualification as MTech. Current CTC is some 14 lakhs. Contact number, I'm giving some value. Email ID, some arun.kumar@some gmail.com. So these are the HR people's information is available. Just I have created some records inside my object. That's it, nothing else. These are the total 6 records. Let me show you the remaining fields. How to show the remaining fields over here? Go to the list view controls, click on select fields to display. Select the fields. As of now, it is showing that recruiter name. I want to show the location, designation, and then current CTC, contact number, email ID. Now, these are the records are available. So now I have hiring manager object, which is having some HR records. Position object, it is having one position record. Okay, both the objects are having some records right now. Okay, now, as of now, both the objects are independent. When you go to my schema builder, when I refresh this screen, it will represent that both the objects are independent. We don't have any association between these two objects. Okay, now. So now my requirement is, I would like to map lookup relationship between these two objects. Between these two objects, I would like to map lookup association and what kind of behaviors or the functionalities lookup association offers. I would like to expose all those functionalities. I would like to get all those functionalities which will be exposing by the lookup association. Now, let's see how can we map this association between these two objects. Let's see the observations also one by one. Okay, now let's see. Make a note of this use case. Configure the lookup relationship between hiring manager and position objects and list out all the observations. And list out all the observations. So I want to map lookup relationship between these two objects. Between hiring manager and the position, I want to map lookup relationship. Now, so now tell me, whenever if you want to map the association between the two objects, how many steps are available? 2 steps are available. Okay, there are 2 simple steps are available upon mapping the association between two objects. That may be any kind of association. Now, as a step 1, what needs to be done? Identify the parent object and child object.
Child.
So, whenever you are mapping the association between the two objects, one object should be act as a parent, second object should be act as a child. So, whatever the two objects that we have right now with me, from these two, which one is parent, which one is child, we need to identify first. Okay, that is the first step. Now, so now I have this hiring manager object, which contains all the HR people's information. The recruiter's information is available inside my hiring manager object. Position object contains all the jobs information at the positions which are available inside my organization. Now tell me from these two, which one is parent, which one is child?
Hiring manager is parent,
Hiring
position
manager
is
is the parent and position is child.
Now, is the hiring manager is parent or position is parent?
Hiring is child.
hiring
Is
manager
parent
is
and
Hiring
Parent.
is child.
Position is parent.
Position is parent.
Now, so now in this case, let's see. For example, I'm working in a small company. In our company, we are having hardly 20 employees are available. It's a startup company here. In my company, we have only one HR person. Okay, we have only one HR person. 20 developers are available. Development people, testing people, including 20 people are available. It's a startup company here. We are having some 4 projects. Okay, in our company, we have 4 projects are available. So these 4 projects are on different technologies. One is on Java, one is on Salesforce, one is on .NET, one is on some SAP. Like that, multiple projects are running. Whenever we are having any new vacancies in our team, to whom we need to assign to the HR person. So whenever if I'm having any new vacancy in our team, as a project manager, we are indicating to the HR people, dear recruiter person, in my team, we need some 2 Java developers. We need 1 Salesforce administrator, or we need 1 mainframe developer. Like that, whatever the positions that we have, we are handovering to that respective recruiter person. How many recruiters are available? Only 1. Now tell me, for 1 HR person, how many positions responsibility can we assign? Only 1 or multiple? Multiple. That means what? A single HR person can handle multiple positions responsibility also. Okay, a single HR person can handle multiple positions responsibility. That means he can take care of recruiting the candidates for Java developer also, Salesforce administrator also, Oracle developer also here, like as mainframe developer also, multiple positions responsibility he can take care of. So now in this case, hiring manager is only 1, but the positions are how many? Multiple here. So now tell me from these 2, which one is parent, which one is child?
Hiring manager is
Hiring
the parent.
manager is a parent, position is a child. Okay,
Child.
now. So now here in this case, now as part of my requirement, I want to consider the hiring manager object as the parent object and the position object as child object. Because for 1 HR person, multiple positions can get assigned. Okay, based on that assumption, I would like to make that position object as child and the hiring manager as parent. Okay, now let's see. So now as a step 1, identify the parent object and child objects. So we have identified that hiring manager object is the parent, and the position object is the child. So this is the first step. So as a step 1, we have identified the parent object and child object. Next. So once you are done with identifying the parent and the child, what is the next step now? As a step 2, what needs to be done? Map the relationship. Okay?
Map the relationship
Once
with
you
the
are done
child.
with identifying the parent and child, as a step 2, map the association between the 2 objects. So mapping the
From child
association
to
means what? What needs to be done?
Create an
from child to
object
parent,
field on
we
the
need
child.
to object.
Now tell me from where to where we need to map the association.
From
Child
child
to
Child to
parent.
Child to
How to
parent.
do that? Okay. In this case, what needs to be done to map that association? Go to the child object. Straightforward, go to the child object. Create one field by selecting the relationship data type. So what kind of relationship you want to map between these 2 objects? lookup association. So do we have any data type with the name lookup relationship?
Yes.
Yes, we have a data type that already we have discussed. Salesforce is providing these 4 relationship data types. So go to the child object. That means go to the position object, create a field by selecting the data type as a lookup relationship by referencing with the parent object as hiring manager here. So hiring manager will be the parent object, position will be child. So upon mapping the association between these two objects, the straightforward blind thumb rule is go to the child object inside your organization. In the child object, just create a field by selecting the relationship data type. And upon creating the field, we can indicate with which parent you want to map the association. Because in my org, I have so many objects are available, including standard, including custom. Whatever the association you are going to map, this association should be associated with which parent object. We have to choose that parent object also here. Okay, which data type you would like to use to create this field, with which parent object you would like to map the relationship. We have to indicate these two things here. Okay, now let's see. As a step 2, map the lookup relationship between the objects. That is, create a lookup relationship data type field inside the position object which references to hiring manager object. Which references to hiring manager object. So this is the second step. These are the 2 simple steps are available. As a step 1, identify the parent object and child object. And as a step 2, go to the child object. Inside the child object, create a field by selecting the lookup relationship data type and by mapping the relation with hiring manager object as a parent. You know how to create the field inside your object, you know that. Okay, I no need to explain that navigation here. Let me go for straightforward the implementation part. Done with this point? Now, let's see. Now I would like to map the relation between these two. As of now, still these two objects are independent here. Okay, no relation between these two. I would like to map the relation. Before mapping the relation, let me show you one more time here. Parent object, hiring manager object is having some records. Child object, position object also having one record. Okay, both the objects are having some records. Okay, please remember this point here. Now, I want to map the relation. Now tell me how to create the field, where we need to create the field now.
Either from
Which object
schema
we need
builder
to
or
create
from
the
the
field?
object manager. Position.
Position object. Go to the position object here, click on position tab,
Click on setup menu.
click on
Edit
setup
object.
menu,
Edit
edit
of-
object.
Fields and relationship.
Now, in the left panel, go to the fields and relationships, right? Next,
Look up.
New.
new button,
Click on new. Select the data type as an
select the
lookup.
data type. Which
Lookup.
data type you would like to select now?
Look
Lookup.
up.
Right. Now we are selecting this lookup association. Select this lookup relationship data type. Once you click on this lookup relationship data type, once you click on next button, immediately it will ask you to select the parent object. With which parent object you want me to map the relation. Okay. That means this position record should be associated with which parent here. We need to choose that parent. Click on next button. Now it is asking you to select that related to with which object you want me to map the relation.
Hiring manager.
I want to map the association with which object now? Hiring manager. So select the object name as hiring manager. Now click on next button. From the remaining story will be same. You know how to create the field, what kind of settings are available. We'll see that here. Same story. Click on next button. So now specify the field label. You know, upon creating the field, we are having the options: field label, field name, description, help
Help.
text, required checkbox. These kind of settings are common here. Okay, now no change. So now here I'm selecting the field name as hiring manager only here. If you want to give any description in the helper text, we can specify, or else we can leave it as blank also, because it's not mandatory. These are optional. Okay, now here we are having a small checkbox is available here. You know this checkbox, required checkbox here. That means to make that field mandatory, we are selecting this required checkbox. Okay, now let me explain. Two small options are available which are very, very important. So there are two radio buttons are available here. The first radio button is selected by default. That means it is indicating clear the value of this field. Okay, there is an option called as clear the value of this field. The second one, we have one more radio button. It is indicating do not allow the deletion of this record, okay, which is part of lookup relationship. Okay, there is an option is available here. Don't allow the deletion of this lookup record, which is part of lookup relationship. Two radio buttons are available. By default, first radio button has been selected. Okay, by default, first radio button has been selected. It is indicating clear the value of this field. Now, suppose for example, if I am selecting this required checkbox, then automatically now this selection will be swapping from first radio button to second radio button automatically here. Okay, the selection will be swapping from first radio button to second radio button. Let's see. If I am selecting this required checkbox, automatically second radio button has been selected. If the first radio button is selected, a different functionality will be available. If the second radio button is selected, a different functionality will be available. Depends upon the option, behavior will be changing automatically here. So what kind of behaviors are available? Everything I will show you practically one by one. Now as of now, what I want to do is, I would like to go with the default settings. Whatever the default settings given by Salesforce, I would like to go with the default settings. I will come back to this option again in the middle of the implementation. Now, so I don't want to select this checkbox here. I'm unselecting this. I'm selecting the first radio button only. Whatever the default settings given by Salesforce, I'm going with the default settings only. I'm not changing anything over here. So now click on next button. Click on next button. The rest of the options will be same, no change. Make the field to be visible to all the profile users by selecting visible checkbox. Click on next button. Now it is representing the field on this page layouts. Click on next and make it save. Okay, and make it save. Done. So now my field has been created successfully. So what is the field name that we have given? Hiring manager. This is a field label. This is a field name. So it is having the association data type as lookup relationship with the parent object as hiring manager. It is clearly indicated this. Okay, clear? Just now we have created a lookup relationship data type field inside my position object, which is referencing with hiring manager object as the parent. Okay, clear up to this one? Now let's see. Now let me go back to my schema builder. Let's see. Go to the schema builder, refresh the user interface. Now tell me, these two objects are independent or related now? Related. Now, in this case here, let's see. From these two, which one is parent, which one is child now? Hiring manager is parent, position is child. How do you know?
Connection.
Connection is available, okay, fine. Then how can you recognize this is the parent, this is the child?
Hiring manager
One
is
too
one,
many.
position
Now.
is one too many.
Too many.
Now, it is indicating that. So from hiring manager, it is starting like as 1.
One.
Whenever it is reaching to that position, it is having many symbols here. Okay, many symbols. So one hiring manager, multiple position. one parent, multiple child. So just by looking into the notation itself, we can understand is it one to many or one to one or what, we can understand very easily here. Now, between these two, hiring manager and the position object, we have mapped the lookup association where it is providing one to many association by default here. Now, so now in this case, how do you know this is lookup association? Maybe master detail also.
In position, we
How do you
can
know?
see the lookup hiring.
For that one, we have a legend symbols are available here. There is a legend notations are available in the right panel here, which is indicating the blue color line is indicating lookup relationship. Red color line is indicating master detail relationship. Red color bar symbol is indicating this is a mandatory field. So based on this color coding notation itself, we can understand. Or else just we can place the mouse pointer on the link. Now the link is indicating that this is a lookup association from where to where, position to hiring manager.
Hiring manager.
So association should be always mapping from child to parent over here. Okay, clear? Now, so now tell me here, whenever I'm mapping the lookup association between the two objects, what kind of association Salesforce has given over here? Is it one to one or one to many? One to many association. This is the first fundamental principle of lookup. Upon mapping the lookup association, lookup relationship will provide one to many association by default. That means a parent can be associated with one or more number of child records. This is the first behavior of lookup association. Next. Second, so that already I showed you here. Before mapping this lookup association, I showed you something. That means even though both the parent object and the child objects are having some records inside that, lookup association can be applicable. Lookup association can be applicable even though both parent and child objects are already having some pre-existing records. Before mapping the relation, position object is having one record, hiring manager object is having some records. Even though both the objects are already having some old records, lookup association can be applicable. Why? Because when moving forward, when you go to the master detail association, upon mapping the master detail association, even though if the child object is having one single record, master detail association will not be allowed. Okay, master detail association will not be allowed of the child object if the child object contains even a single record also. Okay, that is a major difference. During that master detail, we'll see one by one. Okay, understood the concept now? Now, these are the two observations. Now, make a note of this one. Observations. First one. Lookup relationship provides one to many association between the objects. That is, a parent record can be associated with one or more child records. A parent record can be associated with one or more child records. Second one. Lookup relationship can be applicable on the child object which is already having pre-existing records inside this. Lookup relationship can be applicable on the child object which is already having pre-existing records inside. Even though the child object contains some existing records, lookup association can be applicable. Done with these points? Next. Third,
Mr. Feroz, just one
let me show you.
question. In the HR manager name, when you said to go to setup and show more fields, mine, when I tried to do that, it is disabled. I can show you the picture if you want to. I can put it on the WhatsApp group.
No, I will check it out.
Thank you.
Now, the third observation. Now we have mapped that lookup association between these two objects. Fine. Association has been done. So now I am having this hiring manager object which contains few records. Go to the positions. I'm trying to be creating a new position record. Assume that there is a new opening in my team. I'm working as a project manager. In my team, I need 2 Java developers. So I'm creating a new position record. Click on new button. I'm giving the position name as some Java developer. The location is for Hyderabad. Number of vacancies are 2. For this position, the budget also has been approved by the finance team, so that I'm selecting position status as open approved. Minimum pay. For these positions, we can offer minimum 9 lakhs, maximum some 12 lakhs. So this is our budget. And then open date, the position is open status from today onwards. We need these candidates within 20 days of time. I'm giving the time till December 15th. December 15th is the target time, okay, for the HR people. So by this time, they have to close the position by recruiting these 2 Java developers. HR email ID I'm indicating as some HR@some gmail.com. Contact number I'm giving some value. For this position, passport is mandatory, and the 2 we have an on-site opportunity for this position, okay, for a short period. I'm giving the position description. Required 3+ years of experience in Java application development. I'm giving the description also, the skills required also as same. I'm giving the same. I have entered the position description and the skills required both. Now this is the position here. Now to whom do I need to assign this position? To a HR person. So in this case, as part of this position record, upon creating the position record, there is a field is available. This is the field just now we have created. This is the lookup field which is indicating. So this is the lookup field here, hiring manager field. Now it is populating all the parent records. Inside my hiring manager object, whatever the HR records are available, all the HR records will be getting populated here. Now once you click on the lookup icon, it is populating. Inside my hiring manager object, whatever the records are available, it is populating all those records. Now like as Arun Kumar, Vijay Kumar, Swati, Abhishek Tiwari, Aman Verma. So all these HR people names will be getting populated over here. Now, I want to assign this position to Swati. Because Swati is the responsible person, okay, for this position recruitment here. I'm selecting Swati. Now tell me, selecting this particular parent record, that means hiring manager is mandatory or optional?
Optional.
If this field is mandatory field or optional field?
Optional field.
Optional field. That means what here? Upon creating the record, you may select the hiring manager, you may not select the hiring manager. Hiring manager means what? Parent. The position is what? Child. So upon creating the child record, selecting the parent is optional. This is the fundamental principle of lookup association. The lookup association will be having that feature that the fundamental phenomena is, as part of lookup association, a child record can live without a parent also. A child record can live without a parent also. That means child record need not be associated with the parent. You may associate with the parent or you may not be associated with the parent. That is a fundamental phenomena of lookup association. So in this case, this is a lookup association here. So this field is not mandatory, it's an optional. You may select, You may not select the HR person. Understood the concept here? Now, in lookup association, child record may be associated or may not be associated with the parent here. Now, for example, I'm selecting this parent record over here. I'm selecting like some Swati. Swati is the HR person here for this position. Click on save. Now tell me, who is the responsible person for these positions from now onwards? Swati. Swati is the recruiter. Swati needs to take care of recruiting the candidates for these positions, okay, by end of this target date here. Clear? Now. So now let's see. If you want to check what records or what positions handling by the Swati, just we can go to that hiring manager object here. Open the Swati record. Once you open this Swati record, we can see the Swati's details.
can click
When
on
you go
the
to
tab.
this related tab, now we can see this position record. Swati is handling one position, that is Java developer here. Clear? So along with the parent, because Swati is the parent, hiring manager is the parent. So Swati is the parent now, and then this Java developer is a child. So Swati is handling one position, that is Java developer here. Okay, clear? Now, so in this case, what we have observed, whenever we are creating the child record inside the child object, child record may be associated or may not be associated with the parent. That means while creating the child record in lookup association, lookup field is optional field. It's not mandatory, it's optional field. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next, let me tell you one small point here. I'm creating a child record, that means position. Upon creating the position record, I'm selecting a HR person with the name some Aman Verma. Upon selecting this parent record Aman Verma, inside this lookup field, what it will store? Name of the HR person or ID of the HR person? Name of the HR person or ID of the HR person?
ID.
Why ID? Why not the name?
Unique.
The name will
Suppose, for
repeated, ID but
example,
not
if
repeated.
I'm having two people with the same name Aman Verma in my HR department, if I'm having two people are available with the same name Aman Verma in my HR department in the same location with the same designation, in this case, how can we differentiate both the people here? It will be difficult. Generally, if I'm using the name, we can't recognize here. For that one, we are using ID. So always, whenever we are selecting the parent record in the lookup field will store ID of the parent record. Whatever the parent record we have selected, it will store the ID of the parent record, not the name. Because names can be duplicated, but ID cannot be duplicated. ID should be always unique for across all the region servers. So that here it will store the ID of the record inside this database table. But on the screen, it will show only the name. Why? Because you can't remember the 18 characters ID of the record. We can't recognize. For that one on the screen, it will show the name, but in the background, it will store ID of that parent record. Clear?
But how will I
Understood
identify
the
which
concept now?
Aman Verma I have to be selecting? Because I'm going to see both the
Now.
names.
Now let's see. So in this case, we can raise a question. Sir, suppose for example, if I'm having two Aman Vermas are available, Aman Verma 1, Aman Verma here. Two people are available. How can we differentiate? For that one, we have a feature is available, lookup dialog configuration. During that lookup dialog configuration, I will show you practically here how can we differentiate both the people. Even though
Thank
their
you.
names may be same, we can differentiate. Okay. Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. The third observation. While creating child record, lookup field is optional field. That is, in lookup association, child record may or may not be associated with the parent. child record may or may not be associated with the parent. This is the third observation.
This third point. So why? What is the main reason of creating a couple?
Done? Next. The fourth observation. The fourth observation, let's see. For example, assume that in our organization, we have the Swati is a HR person. She's the most senior, okay, HR recruiter in our organization. So we are working in our organization since almost 3 years. She's also working since almost 4 years. So since last 3 years, whenever we are getting any new positions in our team or in our project, directly we are handovering this position responsibility to Swati because the senior most is the senior most guy. So now in this case, we are always assigning all these positions to Swati since almost 3 years. As usual, today also, we have assigned a position responsibility Java developer to Swati here. And we have given almost 20 days of time to Swati to recruit the candidates for this position. Now, so just now we have assigned this position responsibility to Swati. We have given the time till next month, okay, 15th. Now, just now, we have received one email notification from HR department that Swati is leaving from the company tomorrow. So because she got resigned, she got a new job in a different company. So she's leaving from the company by tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last working day for Swati in our company. Now, what about my position? Who will take care of about my position from now onwards? Because Swati is not available for a longer time, so now she will be available till tomorrow only here. But by tomorrow, she can't recruit the candidates. She needs some time. Now, in this case, what about my position here? Once Swati left the company, then what about my position responsibilities? Who will take care of that? Transfer to another person here. That means as of now, Java developer is what? Child. Swati is what? Parent. Okay, parent. Now, if this particular Swati left the company, what I need to do, whatever the position that we have, assign this position to a different HR person automatically. That means what? As of now, Swati is a parent. Now I want to transfer this position to another parent over here. This is the parent one. I'm transferring to parent two. This is called as what? Reparenting. Okay, reparenting. That means what? Reparenting in the sense changing the parent of a child from one parent to another parent over here. Then how can we do that? Now let's see. So Swati is going to be leaving from the company by tomorrow. So now I would like to assign this position to a new HR person. Now, just we can go to this lookup field, click on the lookup icon here, remove this Swati's name. Now I'm selecting like as some Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar is a new HR person from now onwards. So previously Swati is the parent. Now onwards Arun Kumar is a parent. So we are changing the parent from one parent to another parent for a child. Now let's see. Click on save. Now let's go to that hiring manager object now. Open Swati's record. Click on related tab. Do we have any positions handling by Swati now? No. Let me go back to my hiring manager. Open this Aman Verma here. Sorry, the Vijay Kumar. Aman Kumar. Okay, right. Now Arun Kumar. Select this Arun Kumar now. Go to the related tab. Do we have any positions now? Java. So the position responsibility has been transferred from Swati to Arun Kumar. That means what? Once a child record has been created by selecting the parent, at any point of time, we can reparent the child record to another parent also. That option is available in Lookup Association. That means Lookup Association provides reparenting option by default. When you go to master detail, okay, when you go to master detail, once the child record has been created by selecting the parent, this will be fixed. We can't change this again here. No option. We have to enable some additional settings to do that. Okay, so in this case here, as part of lookup, reparenting option is available by default in your lookup association. Clear? Understood the concept now? Next. Make a note of this one. Fourth observation. Lookup association provides reparenting option by default. That is, once a child record has been created by selecting a parent, we can change the parent of the child at any time. We can change the parent of a child at any time. Done? Next. Next observation. Now, for example, I have this parent record, Arun Kumar. Arun Kumar is handling a position called as Java developer. That means we have this parent, we have the child. Okay, Arun Kumar record is a parent record, Java developer record is a child record. Now tell me, if I am deleting this parent record, what about this related childs? If I am deleting the parent record, what about this related childs? Will the childs also will be deleted, or
No.
childs will existed as it is here?
No, we should remove the relationship and delete the hiring manager.
Now,
Arun Kumar.
same like as your human being relationships. What will
Will
happen?
exist.
Existed
It will
as
exist.
it is. Okay. If the
Yeah.
parent is no more, child will be available as it is. Here also the same functionality here. That's what I told you. Mapping the relation between the two objects means mapping the association between two human beings in the real world. Almost the same functionalities. You can go any programming language, any database, same concept, no change at all. Okay, just the way of implementation is different. That's it. Functionality wise, all are same. Now here in this case, whenever I'm deleting this parent record, that is Arun Kumar, automatically parent record will be deleted, the child record will be existed as it is inside my child object. But now in this child record, there is a field called as lookup field. In this lookup field, we are having this name of this hiring manager here. Once the hiring manager record has been deleted, what about this field value? This field will be having this value still, or will it be cleared out?
It will be cleared out. Actually, it won't
It will
give
be
an option to
cleared
delete the
out.
parent record
Okay, it will be
until unless
cleared out
you clear the
automatically.
child record hiring
That's what I
manager.
told you. There are two radio buttons are available. First radio button, clear the value of the field. That means what? Whenever I'm deleting the parent record will be deleted, child record will be existed as it is. In the child record, whatever the lookup field is there, in that lookup field, whatever the parent record ID is available, just clear the value of this field. That's what it is having. The first radio button, clear the value of the field. Okay, that is the meaning of this functionality. Now, let me show you. So now let's go to that parent record, that is Arun Kumar. I'm deleting this Arun Kumar record. Click on delete. I'm deleting this Arun Kumar record right now. Yes, I want to delete. So now my hiring manager record has been deleted successfully here. We don't have Arun Kumar record over here. My record has been deleted. Let me check in my recycle bin. Let's go to the recycle bin. Now, is the record is available or not? Yes, the record is available inside the recycle bin for how long time? 15 days. Okay, 15 days. Right. Now, so let's go back to my position now here. Do we have this Java developer position here? Yes, position record is available as it is. In the lookup field, what about this value here? Empty. The value has been cleared out here because there is no parent with the name Arun Kumar, so that the record ID has been erased over here. So the field is null. Now tell me, can we assign this position to a different HR person now? Yes, by using reparenting option. Just you can go to that lookup field, click on this edit option, select the new HR person from Sridhar. I'm selecting this as Sridhar. So now from now onwards, Sridhar is going to be taking care of recruiting the candidates for the position Java developer. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now, make a note of this one. Fifth observation. While removing the parent record, all the associated child records will get existed as it is. As it is. Inside the child record, the lookup field value will get cleared out. Inside the child record, the lookup field value will get cleared out. Done with this? Next observation. So in some cases in the entry point of view, they will raise a common question. As part of lookup association, in child record, lookup field is always optional. That is a fundamental phenomena of lookup association. Now, do we have any possibility to make the lookup field required? Can we make that lookup field required? That means mandatory. How?
Yes, we need to enable the other checkbox.
What needs to be done? Go to that lookup field, go to the
And
field
enable the
settings.
required checkbox.
We have a checkbox called as required checkbox. Just you can select the required checkbox, make that lookup field as mandatory here. Okay, so now we can make the lookup field mandatory by selecting that required checkbox upon creating or editing the field setting. Okay, now let me show you. So let's go to the position object here. Go to that field. This is the lookup relationship field that we have created. Click on edit. Go to the field settings. We have an option called as required checkbox. Select this required checkbox. Now observe in this case that already showed you whenever I'm selecting this required checkbox, second radio button will be getting selected automatically here. Then it will give you a different behavior. Now select this required checkbox now. Okay, select this required checkbox. Now the second radio button has been selected over here. It is indicating that don't allow the deletion of the lookup record, which is part of lookup association. Then what it is, we'll see practically now. Click on Save button. So now here we have saved the changes back to the database. From now onwards, lookup field is mandatory. Let's see. Let's go to that position object here. Click on New button to create a new position record. Is the lookup field is optional or mandatory now? Mandatory. So it is indicating a red color star symbol. So it is a mandatory field. So from now onwards, each child record should be associated with a parent. That is a fundamental rule now. Because we have enabled required checkbox. Clear? Now let's see. Make a note of this one. Sixth observation. We can make the lookup field required by selecting required checkbox while creating or editing the lookup field settings. We can make the lookup field required by selecting required checkbox while creating or editing the lookup field settings. Upon creating the lookup relationship field or upon updating the field settings, we can select the required checkbox. Every observation we have to do the testing perfectly. Okay. Do the practice in the similar fashion what I'm doing right now. Okay, then you can understand how to check every functionality, how to enable, how to disable, everything you can know, okay, will know very clearly. Don't think if I click on this option, something will be happen, some records will be deleted, some options will be deleted. Let it be delete, no problem. We'll create one more Salesforce account. We can create unlimited accounts also. Don't worry. Now. Clear? Now, let's see. Now, let me show you one strange behavior now. So now here I'm having hiring manager record with the name Sridhar. Now tell me Sridhar is handling any positions now. Just to go to the related tab, he is handling a position here. Okay, Java developer. Now I'm trying to delete Sridhar Kumar record. Let's see what will happen now. Now what will happen now in this case?
It won't allow the deletion of the that Sridhar record.
Previously, what happened when you delete the parent has been deleted, child is existed. In the child lookup field is optional, so that it is making it as empty. Now, just now, what we did, we made the lookup field as mandatory here. So now, when you try to delete that parent record, if the parent is having any child, then Salesforce won't allow you to delete the parent. Why? Because this parent is already associated with a child. In the child record, in the lookup field, it is having the parent record ID. When you try to delete the parent, then this lookup field value will be making it as empty. But just now we made it as mandatory here. So in this case, if it is a mandatory field, compulsorily it should have some value. It should not be empty. So Salesforce won't allow you to delete that parent record from the parent object. This is the fundamental behavior. Okay, now see, if the required checkbox is selected, a different behavior. If the required checkbox is not selected, different behaviors are available. Okay, now. So now let's try to remove this Sridhar Kumar record. Let's see what will happen. Click on delete. Once you click on delete button, it is indicating this message. Your attempt to delete Sridhar Kumar could not be completed because it is associated with the following position, Java developer. Okay, now at any cost, I want to delete that Sridhar Kumar record. How? Do we have any alternative mechanisms?
Yes, we have to disable that required field, checkbox.
I want to continue it as a required field only. I don't want to make it as optional. Lookup field should be mandatory. But I want to delete the Sridhar Kumar record. Right, reparenting. Here we have two solutions are available. Okay, there are two solutions. First solution is the blind solution. It's not a recommended one actually. What we can do is whatever the child record is available. Because of the child, it is preventing you to delete the parent. Then what I want to do is delete the child record from the child object. Okay, delete the child record from the child object. Then the parent will be independent, so delete the parent record here. This is one case. So in the interview point of view, they will be clearly instructing you, I don't want to delete the child records because child records are, we have so many child records are available, which are very, very important for me as part of my business. I don't want to delete them, but I want to delete the parents. What can you do? The second solution is reparent the child records to a different parent, then delete the old parent record over. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now. So these are the two solutions are available. When we try to delete the parent record from the parent object, which is associated with the child, if the lookup field is mandatory, Salesforce won't allow you to remove the parent record from parent object. So for this one, we have two solutions. As a solution one, delete the related child records from the child object permanently, then remove the parent record from the parent object. This is one case. Second solution is reparent the child records to different parent, and then we can delete all the parent record from the parent object. Clear? Now, understood the concept here? Are looking like as confusing? No, right? Now,
Yes, sir, understood.
No, Feroz.
no response. Clear? Understood the concept?
Sir,
Or
can
any
you repeat
confusion?
it
Yes,
again?
Yes, sir.
No, right?
Understood.
Yes, Feroz.
Clear.
Understood.
Yes, Feroz.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can do that reparenting for multiple childs at a time. For that one, we can use the help of a tool called as a data loader. Suppose for this parent, which I'm trying to delete, if the parent is having some 50 childs are available. Generally, what we need to do, open each child record, click on edit button, go to the lookup field, select a different parent, and then save. So we have to repeat this process for each and every child one by one, one by one, one by one. If the number of child records are more, then if you want to reparent this more number of child records to different parents, it will take more time. It's a time consuming mechanism. So that to make this process automated, we can use the help of a tool called as data loader. By using data loader tool, we can transfer these records and we can able to reparent these multiple child records to another parent in one shot. We can do that. So during the data management concept, we'll see how can we use the data loader tool to do the bulk operations on your Salesforce object records. We'll see one by one. Okay. Make a note of this one. While removing the parent record, if the parent is associated with any child, then Salesforce won't allow to remove the parent from the object. Then for this one, solution one. Remove the related child records from the child object and then remove the parent record. Solution 2, the second solution. Reparent all the related childs, to another parent record and remove the old parent record. Done. Next. Next one. Now, let's see a small scenario. For example, I have two objects now. So this is my position object. This is my hiring manager object. These are the two objects. I'm having this hiring manager object. So this is the position object. Initially, these two are independent. So now I want to map the relation of this position with the hiring manager. So what we did, we have created a lookup field inside this position object. Inside the position object, we have created a lookup field. Now this lookup field is mapping the relation of this child with the parent here. It is mapping the relation with this parent. So we have created a lookup field inside this. So this is the lookup field one. Okay, lookup field one. We have created a lookup field. That means lookup relationship data type field inside my position object by selecting the hiring manager as parent. This is what we did till now here. Okay, we have mapped the relation between these two by creating the field inside my child object. Fine. For example, I have one more object here. So this is client object. I have one more object, client. Now I want to map the association of the position object with the client object also. How? One more lookup field. Right. Same story again. We have to repeat it again here. So now in order to map the association with the second parent, create one more lookup relationship field. I'm creating the lookup relationship field 2. Okay. Lookup field relationship 2. Now the second relationship field is going to be mapping the association with the second parent. So the child is same. There are two parents are available here. There is a parent 1, parent 2. Clear? Next. I have one more object is available here. That is project object. This is project object. So now I want to map the association of the position with this project object also. What can I do? Again, same. One more lookup relationship field. Create one more lookup relationship field inside this child object here. Lookup relationship field 3. By using this field, we can map the association with this particular third parent over. Okay, third parent. So we have mapped this child with the 3 parents here. Like that, how many lookup relationship field that we can create inside an object here? An object can have maximum of 40 lookup relationship fields, not more than that. An object can have maximum of 40 lookup relationship fields. That means a child can be associated with a maximum of 40 parents. Okay, a child can be associated with a maximum of 40 parents in Salesforce. Okay, now this is a maximum limitation, and that too, this is a common question in every interview and in admin certification 201 and in the app builder certification also. It's a common question. So what is the maximum number of lookup fields that we can have per an object? An object can have maximum of 40 lookup relationship fields, not more than that. Okay, clear? Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. An object can have maximum of 40 lookup relationship fields. That is, a child record can be associated with maximum of 40 parent records. A child record can be associated with a maximum of 40 parent records. Next one. Sharing settings and security settings of the child record is independent of the parent. Child sharing settings and security settings of the child record is independent of the parent record. Hence, both parent record and child records will have owner field. Owner field. Hence, both the parent record and child records will have owner field. So what do you mean by this sharing settings and security settings here? Now, so just now we have discussed, whenever I'm removing the parent record, only parent record is getting removed, child record is existing as it is here. Okay, why? Why it is happening like this? Upon removing the parent, why it is not deleting the related childs also? Why? Because both the parent record and child records will be having their own individual security settings. Like for example, assume that I'm a project manager. Okay, I'm a project manager. In my team, I need a requirement of 2 Java developers. Okay, 2 Java developers. So I have created a position record here with the name Java developer by giving the details. Now for this position, who is the owner? Myself. Because I have created the record, so I am the owner of the record. I'm having the full control. I can see the record, I can modify, I can delete, I can restore, I can do everything whatever I want because I'm having that full control, okay, on this record because I'm the owner. Now, assume that he is a HR manager. In his HR team, he is having a HR representative. He is a HR representative. Now this HR record is created by HR manager. Whenever a new member has joined his team, HR manager is creating the HR record here. Who is the owner of this HR record? HR manager. Okay, HR manager. Now, so now here on my record, I'm having the ownership. On his record, he is having the ownership. Now, my position record, I have assigned to the HR. Okay, my position, I have assigned to the HR person. Now, on that HR record, who is the owner? This is the person. If the person is deleting this HR record, then what about my position record? If my position is deleted, then what is the security in this case? I'm keep on assigning the position, he's keep on deleting my records. So there is no security in this case. For that one here, he is having the ownership on his record, I'm having the ownership on my records. So upon deleting this HR record, only HR record will be deleted, my records will be existed as it is. Because my records will be visible to the other people. Other people can see my records, other people can modify my records, but other people can't delete my records without my permission because I am the owner of the record. As a owner, I have the rights to delete my record. That's what here in lookup association, while deleting the parent, only parent will be deleted, child will be existed as it is here. Then what is the practical proof in this case? What is the practical proof? Now let's see. When you go to this lookup fields over here, lookup relationship, I'm having this as Sridhar Kumar here. When you observe this record, do we have any owner field here? Yes. And this hiring manager record Sridhar Kumar, we have this owner field. This is the owner of the record. That means training batch user is the owner. When you go to this related child record, what is the related child? Java developer. When you open this Java developer record, do we have the owner field here? Yes. Okay, owner field is available here. So that means what? Both the parent record, child record will be having ownership over here. That's what, upon deleting the parent, only parent will be deleted, child will be existed as it is. Because he can't delete my records, I can't delete his records. Okay, both are having our own ownerships available on the records. Okay, clear? Now, when you go to master detail association, whenever I'm creating a parent record and the child record will be completely comes under the control of parent. So if I'm removing the parent, child records also will delete it. If I'm restoring the parent, child records will come back automatically here. Because child is purely relied on parent in master detail. But in lookup, the parent record will be having its own sharing settings, child record will be having its own sharing settings. Okay, clear? Now the next one. Roll-up summary fields can't be applicable on lookup related objects. Roll-up summary fields can't be applicable on lookup relationship objects. We'll see what exactly roll-up summary field will see as part of relationships. Okay. Done with this point here. Next, one more. So the last observation here, as part of this lookup association. For example, I have two objects are available with me. First one, hiring manager. Second one, position. So these are the two objects. So this is the hiring manager object. This is the position object. Now tell me, this hiring manager is what? Is it standard or custom? Custom object, right? It's a custom object. What about this position?
Custom object.
This is also custom object. Both are custom. Between these two, can we map the lookup association here? Just now we did that. Now, between these two objects, lookup association can be applicable as it is. So lookup association will be applicable between these two objects. Lookup relationship will be applicable. So that means what? Upon mapping the lookup association, if I'm having two objects are available, both may be custom. Between the two custom objects, we can map lookup association as well here. Clear? Now, second one. I have one more combination. I have lead object. I have contract object here. Now, lead object will be of type what? Standard. It's a standard. Contract object, standard, right? Both are standard. Can you map the lookup association between these two standard objects? Yes, here also it will support. Now the lookup association can be applicable between these two objects also. Here we can map lookup relationship. That will be supported. Next, I have one more combination. I have this account object. and I have patient object. Now tell me account is what? Standard. Patient is what? Custom.
Custom.
Now, can we map the lookup association from custom to standard? Yes. Here also it supports. So between these two, lookup association will be supported. Lookup relationship will be supported. Next one. I have one more combination. So now we have candidate object here. So which is my custom? We have contact object. So what is this contact here? Standard.
Standard.
Right. Now can we map the association between these two now? Yes. Here also lookup association will be supported. That means what? Lookup association can be applicable on any between two objects. It may be standard to standard, custom to custom, custom to standard, standard to custom. All the four combinations it will support. That is the functionality of lookup association. So lookup association can be applicable on any two objects here. Both may be standard, both may be custom, both may be combination also. But when you try to map this master detail association, when you try to map this master detail association will be applicable between these two custom objects. Master detail association will be applicable between these custom objects. Now, master detail association between these standard objects, it will not support. Okay, it won't support. When we try to map this association, custom to standard, master detail will be supported here. When we try to map this master detail association from standard to custom, it won't support. Why? Because whenever we are mapping the master detail association, in master detail association, standard object will be always on parent side. It should not be on child side. That is a fundamental rule. In master detail association, if you are using any standard object to map the relation, standard object should be always on parent side. It should not be on child side. So in this case here, when you observe this one here, we don't have any standard, so master detail is applicable. In this case, we have two standard here. So now here parent is standard, but custom is also standard is also I'm using as child, so it cannot be applicable here. So standard object will be always on parent side. It should not be from child side over here. In this case, custom is the child, standard is parent, so it will be applicable. Here, standard is child, custom is parent, so that it won't applicable here. Okay, so lookup association can be applicable on any combination of objects, but master detail can be applicable only on those objects where if the standard object is available on parent side. Okay, if the standard object is on child side, it won't allow that master detail association. Clear? Now, make a note of this one. Lookup relationship can be applicable on any two objects inside the organization. That is, we can make the standard object as child with our custom object as parent. With the lookup relationship. with a lookup relationship. We'll see. Roll-up summary, we'll see that. During the relationship topic, during the roll-up summary concept, I will tell you what exactly it is, how to map. That feature will take minimum 1.5 hours completely. Roll-up summary is the most important feature. So these are the various observations and the functionalities that lookup association offers upon mapping the lookup association between two objects. Okay, clear up to this one? Next. So in tomorrow's session, we'll see the concept of lookup dialog configuration and then lookup filter configurations. And then we'll see the concept of master detail association as well. Okay. So these are the three features we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay. Clear?
Firoz,
Can you please show the third point once?
So do the practice on these features here. Tomorrow we'll see the some more functionalities as part of these associations. Okay.
Firoz, in lookup relationship, we don't have, I mean, many to one. It's only one to many.
No, one to many, one to many. It may be lookup also, it may be master detail also. Both will offer one to many.
Okay, so in that case, child is one and many parents we can map it.
Right, right.
And how do we get this in the real time scenarios, Firoz?
Now that will be based on the requirement. We have to analyze. Client don't know whether it is lookup, master detail, what kind of relation we have to apply. Client don't know. He will explain the functionality. Based on the functionality, we have to map it. Either lookup or master.
Okay, I mean, will you be giving that assignments? How?
Sure, sure. I will be giving you some. Once the relationship topic is over, I will be giving one more requirement document on relationship features.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you, Firoz.
Thank you all.